Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, depending if when this video uploads. I am recording right now at 11:18 a.m. on April 7th, 2024. So, continuing from yesterday's events for Miami sports, we still have nightmare scenarios where teams just cannot seem to get over the hump. And for example, just like the Miami Heat, also the Sharks from yesterday too. Sports, we just can't beat Boston. And when we were close, we screwed up. And this happened again. Literally the same scoreline, same situation from 6 months ago. We had a lead, we blew it, and lost in overtime. This game, same thing. So it's Sergei Bobrovsky going up against Allmark. And 27... come on. Stupid freaking ESPN. Literally 37 seconds into this, Matthew Tkachuk scores to make it 1-0 Florida. He is assisted by Gustav Forsling, which will make his 26th assist of the season. And Vladimir Tarasenko, that's his 31st assist of the season. Tkachuk gets a quick wrist shot into the back of the net, and we're up by 1. That's great, right? Well, 5 minutes later, McAvoy gets his career high in goals. Sasha gets his, or Zaka, I don't care, 37th assist of the season. And Danton Heyman, which is 19th assist of the season. McAvoy's with the wrist shot, that piece of turd that hurt one of our players months ago. Mikola gets called for interference on Coyle. Boston goes on a power play. That's killed off. Nick Cousins also gets called for a high sticking on Trent Frederick. So that's another power play for Boston. Florida. One problem with Florida is that whether it's a good call or not, they cannot stay out of the box. That was their big problem yesterday. I shouldn't say last night because it happened at 3:30 p.m. or 3:45 because that's when the face-off started. They were not able to stay out of the box. And one of them cost us dearly. Anyway, another power play was killed off, and Anton Lundell gets called for a trip against Frederick. That's another Boston penalty, or Florida penalty. Another Boston power play that's also killed off. And Sasha gets called for a slash. I'm like, wow, a miracle. We get a freaking power play out of this. Did we score? You damn right. No, we did not. But that ends the first period. And I should point out there were a lot of fights, in this game for alone. They did not forget what we did to them in the first round last season. They did not forget. And there's going to be some blood tensions in the playoffs coming up. I can feel it happening. Second period starts 17 seconds into the second period. Andrew Peak, PK, I forgot, gets called for delay in the game. It was a clear and obvious one, too. Florida goes on a power play, and that power play was killed off. Allmark making some saves. And Bobrovsky did everything he can as well. Then Matthew Tkachuk and Andrew Peak were beating the crap out of each other. Gets called for unsportsmanlike conduct from both sides, chirping, this and that, grabbing have the hands grabbed to the faces or neck area. They were at each other's throats. They were at each other's throats. So Boston with the advantage there. They didn't have a power play. Parker Wotherspoon gets called for rough on Barkov. You can see angry. You can see angry Barkov. Barkov took exception to this. And he was pissed. It's rare you get to see Barkov pissed off like that. So Boston gets on penalty kill. Florida goes on a power play and cha-ching, killed off. Then Matthew Tkachuk, what I believe was that was a terrible call. Matthew Tkachuk gets called for interference on Parker Wotherspoon. Matthew Tkachuk was protesting this against the referees. He was still arguing with them. But nothing's going to happen. That is just I didn't like that. I didn't like that interference call at all. And of course, Of course, Boston takes advantage with that bad call, and they score. They have a go-ahead goal, assisted by Pastrnak. That's his 60th assist of the season, and a crybaby Marchand. That's his 38th assist of the season. Off the tip in is Charlie Coyle. Gets his 25th goal of the season. Great. Then, for the rest of the second period, Boston with some heavy pressure on Bobrovsky, but they were not able to get the third goal yet. So that ends the second period. Now, third period, Florida was slightly better, but Boston starts off with some pressure. First off, Anton Lundell gets called for a hook against McAvoy, but McAvoy gets called for an embellishment. Basically, what happened was you take a dive, you took a fake dive on the ground or on the ice in this case, to try to see it, to try to make it look like it was a legitimate fall. Referee saw that, and that was clearly an embellishment. However, here's where I get frustrated, and hopefully I saved this. Let me just look back real quick. There we go. I see it. I'm gonna look right here. All right, so Anton Lundell took a little spill on his way to the box. Well, did he though? Here's what happened. Who was this? McAvoy? Yeah. Here's the play right here. Here's what happened, right? Look at his stick. They were right there. How the fuck do you miss that one? That's clearly a tap. That's clearly a trip, by the way. There is absolutely no way Lundell was just somehow fall on the ice like that. No freaking way you missed that one. And Boston got away with it, sort of. I'll tell you why in a minute. But here's where I get pissed off, right? You can let these go. However, why is it that some teams people get outraged with? For example, if Nick Cousins were to do something that McAvoy did, the whole NHL internet would be on our asses. There would have been outrage or freaking, you know what I'm talking about, right? There'll be some rage going on. You know what I mean? People get pissed. Oh, what if Bennett does something like that? Then the internet would be pissed off too. But McAvoy did it. It's fine. It's fine. It's clean. No outrage in it. Nothing. You see the double standards with NHL and the fans? It's stupid. It is absolutely stupid that one team gets the benefit of the doubt. But if it was somebody else, I'm just saying, and this is where we're in the receiving end of it. They have to be on our asses on it. We're not the villains here. No outrage, no outcry with that. Nothing. Well, anyway, it remains a 4-on-4, which should have been a 4-on-3 power play. But Barkov scores. That's why Boston didn't quite get away with it. Forsling gets his second assist of the game, his 27th of the year with his assist, and Reinhart, just a beauty pass to Barkov, his 37th assist of the season. Barkov with a snapshot, and he buries it. 2-2 game with 15 minutes left of the game. Gadjevich gets called for a high stick on Brandon Carlo. Boston goes on yet another power play, but that power play only had one shot on goal to Bobrovsky with 5 seconds into that power play. But penalty was killed off. So another penalty was killed off. Boston trying to take back the lead. Florida almost had a chance towards the ends, but in the end, third period ends. We end with the honors. We kind of end with the honors even because we both share a point. Who gets the extra point on this? Now, I'm not going to say this game was clean. It was not. It was not. Tensions were rising all game long, especially with Tkachuk, Marsman, McAvoy, Bennett, especially even Barkov of all people. It's been tense. Overtime, 2 minutes into it, Florida tries to win it, and Allmark just saves it, and in a takeaway, and they scored. It's Jesper Boquist. That's it. That's all I got. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. It just adds. This just adds more salt to the wounds from yesterday's Miami sports. Anyway, we got a point out of it. When we look at the team stats, Florida has more shots. Florida had more hits. Boston had definitely face-off wins. Boston had 5 power play opportunities. They got 1. Florida had 3. They capitalized none. No shorthanded goals this time, thankfully. They have Boston had 22 block shots. Boston had more takeaways, and that last one was the game winner. But Boston gave away the puck 12 times. And stars of the game, McAvoy gets 1 star from 1 goal. Incredibly stupid. 2 stars. They gave it to Jesper Boquist. I guess that was kind of earned. That was the one thing with Boston, right? We had the advantage, but we keep beating ourselves to it. It's all the time with this. And Boston capitalized on it. That's how good they are. And then 3 stars, they gave it to Allmark. 28 saves of the game. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this one. If you have enjoyed this video, not the game, on the Heartbreaker, hit that like button, subscribe for content anyway. Because my MTG is back, and when he does, hit me right there with the fear tip you deserve. We got one more video from yesterday's day. And it's into Miami. And then we got 2 games today. I'll talk more about that on the next video. All right. See you later.